For superfans of The Walking Dead, you might have still been wondering why Jadis and her followers spoke in broken pidgin English when you met them for the first time in the original franchise series, as well as wondering what happened to Jadis during those 6 years after she stowed away Rick Grimes on the CRM helicopter. Well, in the new season of The Walking Dead, World Beyond, this mystery is finally solved. If you want to find out why Jadis's vocabulary was so limited, keep watching. First, let's talk about the mystery of Jadis's broken English. Starting off with the mystery of Jadis's broken English. If you were patient enough to sit through the end credits last week, you'll already know that Jadis is back. However, this time Jadis, played by actress Pollyanna McIntosh, is back for the full episode, and she's got a lot more to say than you might expect. As we alluded to above, when we first met Jadis in the original franchise, she had a pretty limited vocabulary. She spoke in short, simple sentences, and her way of speaking was shared by her followers. It took the Scavengers disbanding for Jadis's normal way of speaking to return somewhat back to normal, but viewers were never given a reason as to why this was, until now. No longer limited by her broken pidgin English, Jadis and Huck have a long conversation during this week's episode, and Jadis finally reveals what happened in those 6 years since she stowed Rick Grimes away on that CRM helicopter. So what was the reason for Jadis's way of speaking? We never talked about what I did to get into the Republic 6 years ago, Jadis says in the new episode. Here's a tip. Want to create a civilization from scratch in a hurry? Give them their own language. Give them a little theater to share in. It'll make that theater real. It'll bond them, separate from everyone else. For those of you who thought Jadis's way of speaking was exaggerated and put on for manipulative purposes, give yourselves a pat on the back. So there we have it. The broken English was simply a ruse. Interestingly, the actress Pollyanna McIntosh once even hinted at this in an interview with comicbook.com a few years ago, saying, "It's a bit unnerving, you know," which seems to be very much Jadis's game. Her manipulation is strong, and that's always a really solid place to start as an actor, you know. At least now we know. Next, the new teaser. Where is Rick Grimes? Moving on to the next teaser from The Walking Dead, World Beyond, fans of the show are desperate to know where Rick Grimes is ever since he was taken away on that CRM helicopter. Speaking about the new season, showrunner Matt Negretti revealed that there will be some progress on the whereabouts of Rick. In the interview, he revealed, "I will say that you will get answers as to potentially where Rick was taken. I think that we'll also get answers in terms of why he was taken there. But more importantly, it's really about exploring this world that's going to open up, and it will fit in a very important way with some mythology that was set up in the initial episode of The Walking Dead." So now that we know we might have some answers, what do fans think? Rick has been missing from the original franchise series since Season 9 in 2018, and fans believe that Jadis's conversation with Huck last episode gives us some hint as to where he might be. "I had an opportunity, and I created a ticket to get into the Civic Republic," says Jadis in the last episode. "I gave the CRM something very valuable, and I got a new life." While Jadis does not mention Rick by name, her story clearly corresponds with the above-mentioned events on the original franchise show, which transpired in The Walking Dead Season 9. However, Jadis's classification of Rick as something very valuable, to the CRM in any case, is interesting, as it renders his designation of B as an asset in which the organization is invested, as opposed to the disposable test subject for their post-mortem experiments, who are most likely the A's. So here we can cautiously conclude that 6 years later, Rick is probably still being held by the CRM for some greater purpose. Hopefully in the upcoming episodes, we'll have some answers. Now what do we know? On to movie news. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, AMC had announced that there was a Walking Dead movie trilogy in the works. However, since the departure of Andrew Lincoln from the original Walking Dead series, almost nothing has been revealed about what we might be able to expect from the upcoming films. Nonetheless, teasers in the Walking Dead original series and The Walking Dead World Beyond allow us to shed some light on what we can expect. When it first aired, The Walking Dead World Beyond felt like a gift to superfans of the show, giving the audience a glimpse of what the CRM is and what their role might be in the franchise as a whole. Back in the original series, the CRM were introduced in a scene involving a helicopter, often referred to as the helicopter group, but as the show progressed, our knowledge of what the Civic Republic does increased substantially. With the addition of the World Beyond spinoff, fans now understand a lot more about the CRM, and with only a couple of episodes left in the season, we might now see World Beyond function as a precursor to the movies. Does this mean that Rick Grimes might not be coming back in World Beyond, instead making a dramatic return in the movies? As the showrunner detailed in his interview, fans can only expect to know where Grimes might be and why he's there, but he never explicitly said that he would be back in the series. We don't yet have a release date to give you for the Walking Dead films, but keep your ears peeled for the news when the Walking Dead series draws to a close in 2022. Now, let's talk Rick Grimes versus CRM. Following on from the news from the Walking Dead trilogy and the pipeline, many fans and TV commentators also believe that the ultimate conflict, which will determine the plot of the trilogy, will be a showdown between CRM and a rebellion led by Rick Grimes. In the last episode, Jadis hints at there being a rebellion already developing within CRM. In Season 2, Episode 8 of the spinoff, it's revealed that Dr. Leo Bennett and his family managed to escape the CRM facility, with the organization's scientists fleeing alongside them and taking all of their scientific data with them. After having revealed that she's been promoted to a warrant officer, Jadis also revealed in the last episode that the Bennett's exit wasn't an escape, but the start of a rebellion against CRM. She isn't wrong, and with only a few episodes left of this season, hinting at the possibility of CRM rebellion is a great way to generate buzz for the upcoming movies, especially if Rick Grimes has still not returned to the screen and is being held by CRM. With what we know so far of his whereabouts, a conflict with the CRM seems to be the most logical finish to this story. It's not unlikely that the World Beyond series was created to lay the foundation for a Civic Republic rebellion, finishing the season with Rick returning and leading the rebellion. With little other information available about the movies, it seems to be the logical answer. If we're right, the movies will prove to be more complex and action-filled than the original horror series, and we can't wait for the end of the season so we can potentially find out. Lastly, for today, what do we know about The Walking Dead Season 11? Back to the original series and finishing up our video with some interesting bits of information for Walking Dead superfans about Season 11. We all know that, unfortunately, the 11th season will be the last for the AMC series, with a decision made to stop producing the series back in 2020. The first 8 episodes of the 11th season have already aired, and the rest of the episodes will be airing in 8-episode blocks, concluding the series in 2022. If you think about it, it's kind of like 2 8-episode mini-seasons, so technically there are still 2 more seasons to come. What can we hope to see from these episodes? With so many loose ends, as well as the promise of a movie trilogy and spin-offs, we don't expect that the new episodes of Season 11 will conclude the series fully. If you're a super fan of the hit show, don't worry, you'll have plenty of Walking Dead content coming your way for years to come. And so there we have it. Let us know what you think about our list. Do you think there's a possibility of a rebellion in CRM led by Rick Grimes? And where do you think Rick Grimes even is? And when do you think the Walking Dead movies will finally grace our screens? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Walking Dead videos in the future.